So thanks so much for being willing to sit down and talk with me today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, likewise. So tell me what Juneteenth means to you.
Juneteenth to me, I was born in South Africa in an apartheid era. So I experienced what it is to be separated by the color of your skin, and that separation is a law. It's not like people just prejudice. It's a law.
Yeah, it's not optional, huh?
It's not optional.
Yeah.
So Juneteenth, to me, why it's important to celebrate, it shows the resistance of change, because President Lincoln made everyone free, but Texas didn't give people freedom. It took, I think, a couple years. Forget exactly how long.
Yeah, there were actually people who didn't even know the Emancipation Proclamation had taken place. They didn't know they had been set free.
So imagine a slave in Texas doesn't even know that the law of the land gave him freedom. So, when we celebrate it, it's not just about black people getting freedom. It's about everybody who's different. We got to make sure that their rights as human beings is not violated. They are free to be who they want to be. So, and then the second thing is...
Can I ask you a question, Mohammed, before we move on? So you came from South Africa, and can I ask what your background is? Ethnically?
Yeah, so I'm Pakistani.
Okay.
So, but South Asian, because at the time my grandparents left, it was India.
Yeah, okay.
In the 1890s. So, the second thing, if you meet any black person in America, you're actually witnessing a miracle, because somewhere in their family, a great-great-great-grandfather and grandmother was on a slave ship packed in like sardines. And the probability of them dying along the way was a good probability, and they just threw people over. So those who survive is a miracle from my point of view. That's God's miracle. So when I see a black person, I'm like seeing a miracle that happened, that God wanted them to be here, and God preserved their great-great-grandparents on a slave ship.
So it was their destiny, is what you're saying.
It was their destiny, but divine hand kept their great-grandparents alive. And then we haven't even started all the atrocities along the way after that, in terms of being sold in separation from families, getting a slave name from your slave master. So it's a miracle, really, when I look at it.
I have another question for you, Mohammed. So where did this sensitivity to this issue originate for you? Because I do happen to know a bit about South Asian culture, and I know that there's their own colorism, caste system, all of those things. My last name is actually Jane, so I'm curious where you got this perspective from.
Well, that is a connection in terms of the caste, but I think I got it from more like my experience growing up in Sacramento, in a predominantly black neighborhood when we came. And then it crystallized when I asked a friend of mine. I got invited to do a drug enforcement DEA Citizens Academy. And the head of that LA County was a black man. So I asked him, I said, "Sir, don't take this wrong, but for a black man to rise to the top in this bureaucracy is not easy. Because, some people were so racist, and this is not too long ago. One guy asked me, how did I get here? Like, I'm not supposed to be here with my name like Muhammad. And that's one of the attendees. So I asked my friend Anthony, I said, Anthony, you had to work 10 times harder than the next man to be at the top. What motivated you? And he gave me this example of that he knows he's a miracle, you know, and that that motivated him in all his life. So I'm echoing Anthony's feelings when he told me who he was.
Yeah, well, I applaud your awareness. I thank you for your allyship, and to see the connectivity, right? People of color, brown people, black people, we have so many things in common. To understand that a lot of what we experience in this country is systemic and institutional. It's not always just personal, but that the system is set up that way. I really do commend that, and I thank you for it.
Oh, no, and I thank you guys for giving people the opportunity to express their views. And, you know, like, to me, Juneteenth is about everybody. It's a reminder that every human being should have their freedom of choice, and it shouldn't be taken away.
Yeah, and it's freedom in the physical as well as freedom mentally and in the spirit as well.
Thank you for wrapping it up. And then, you know, one of the things I do is, like, there's a program in California where if you sign up for the alert from your utilities, from 4 to 9, if everyone's on the grid may shut down. So when you sign up for the alert, if they recognize the grid may shut down, they send you an alert. And if a person reduces, then they get rewarded. So I'll tell people it's powersaverrewards.org, and it's a community service to the society. But more important, or just as important, I applaud you and the Starfish Connection for allowing people like me and others just to express how they feel at the moment. Because none of this is prepared, right?
No, but it's great. And I have found doing this that people are so willing, like yourself, to come and share your story. And we're looking for the connection that we have with each other through the storytelling. So thanks so much for sharing and for sitting down with me today. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
We have all received a gift, an expected or anticipated gift for a birthday, anniversary, retirement. Each time we receive that gift, whether it meets our expectation, we feel something. Happy, sad, disappointed. The gifts that are unexpected, unconditional, small or large, have the potential of changing the trajectory of a life. Someone pays for your groceries when you're out of money, leaves you a big tip just when you think you can't afford your rent. Those are the gifts that ease our fears, make us grateful, and want to help others. This is a space where we share how those gifts, big or small, make a difference and change our lives. Welcome to the Starfish Connection.